Yo, what's the word? Let me know if y'all can hear me, cousin. Please, let me know if you can hear me. Please let me know if you can hear me. Please. We was having some technical difficulties, but I'm assuming that we can hear us. Let's try. Can y'all hear that? Turn it up a little bit. Can y'all is y'all fucking with that? Can niggas tell me if they can hear me? It says the shit's working. I don't know, man. We about to just go through it though. But what's the word with y'all, man? What we doing on here, man? What's the word? Please let me know if y'all can hear me, bro. I really don't know if y'all can, if the niggas can hear me or not. So, but what's the word? We about to get back into it, bro. Yeah. So I appreciate y'all niggas for joining. Always keep joining up, bro. Sub, like, subscribe, all this shit, bro. Please get this going, bro. We definitely ain't no stopping us, and like Diddy says, English. Won't stop, can't stop. Feel me? So we about to get this going, man. We about to get this jumping. Um, join, sub up, please. Let me know if y'all can hear me. If not, if y'all can, fuck it. If y'all can't, fuck it. But bet, bro. So let me see. I'm just trying to just get my shit together. Give me like 5 seconds, bro. No bullshit. Let me just post them right quick. But just and then we're gonna get this shit going. Hold on. What the fuck is going on, my shit? Let me get off that shit. You can hear me now? Say that, cuz he appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hold on. Just give me a sec. My fault. I'll just post some shit right quick. I had to fix the audio and shit. I don't know, shit was bugging out. Whatever. But with that being said, we're about to get into these reactions. We on some chill shit tonight. Nothing crazy, man. Just little light reactions. I actually got some shit planned for y'all. I was up I was up until like fucking I have to say I was up until like 12 just trying to just get some reaction videos ready because I'm not one of those niggas that just going on a wing with it. Some people do that, but I want y'all to see what I got going for y'all niggas and shit like that. But why did it post the whole link like that? That's crazy as shit. No, can I? Oh, thank you. What the fuck? Sorry, just give me a sec. I apologize, bro. Let's get this shit going. I'm glad y'all can hear me though, no bullshit, cause that shit was gonna piss me off if y'all wasn't gonna be able to hear me. But let me go right here. We gotta do one more thing, and then we go into these reactions. Bullshit. Let me just right here do this. Y'all can hear the audio, right? I bet. All right, come on, man. Let's get into the reactions though. Let's go. All right, so my first video, no bullshit, bro. It was fucking. How long could you survive as a person in the prehistoric time? I say no bullshit. I say give it like if I got the rocks and I could be able to do my fire and shit, bro. I think I can go crazy. I think I can honestly beat the shit out of a dinosaur. Nigga, I seen mad niggas beat shit out. Nigga, I seen mad videos of nigga in movies of people beating the shit out of dinosaurs. I think I can, bro. Let's go. Let's get into it though. No bullshit. Let's get into this shit, man. Let me know if y'all can hear this shit,
got
though.
stuck during a random part of Earth's
We about to get
history.
into it.
Which era would you have the best chances of surviving? Would it be with the dinosaurs? What about walking next to 8-foot millipedes? How about the Ice Age? Living in a cave where everything around you is a killing machine? Or the Bearlands after the dinosaurs went extinct? Is there any era a human could survive? Just you, yourself, no tools, no equipment, making use of the land around you? Let's find out.
Oh, hold on. Before we get this shit started, bro, on dogs, I really feel as if I be top tier caveman, nigga. I got these muscles going and shit now, nigga. On dogs, nigga, I'm D's and shit. Pete, nigga, straight awk, nigga. So I'm saying, bro, on dead dogs, bro, I really feel as if I could really go crazy as a fucking caveman now. If I was a little nigga back then probably not. But nigga, ask the bros, nigga. I'm real like, nigga. Look at that, nigga. That's pure fucking work. That's time and effort in this bitch, nigga. Let's go.
Okay, so the first era is the Precambrian. Now there's technically a few eras in the Precambrian, but you're toast in all of them. I'll put it simply for all these periods. You just couldn't breathe in any of them. There was no oxygen. The Hadeen starts to molten, impacts keep resurfacing, so you wouldn't have any ground to stand on.
If there was no oxygen, nigga, how the fuck the caveman
2 billion years, and the planet freezes over twice. You're cooked. The Cambrian. Yeah, we're far, far back. Before the continents even merged into Pangea. Okay, let's look around. And yeah, that's a pretty big problem because there's nothing here. The Cambrian had nothing on Earth's surface. It was about 5 to 10% oxygen, and breathing would be like breathing at the top of Mount Everest. And you know what though? Temperature's actually fine at around 20 to 22 degrees Celsius. And even more good news is you can drink the water. Because diseases that make water dangerous need a host animal shedding into the water. There's no animals, so you can drink the water. But of course you're gonna start to get hungry. Thankfully, nothing's gonna eat you, because everything is in the water. But to find any sort of food, that's also where you need to go. Luckily, the apex predator of this time, Anomalocaris, although a little scary looking, wouldn't harm you. And everything's just so alien here. If we want any chance of eating, we have to look in the tidal zone. And out of everything you could find here, you'd probably want to eat trilobites.
See, I never really understood, bro. There's like mad shit going on in this world, bro. And I was thinking about that a couple like earlier this morning. I'm like, bro, like, nigga, they be thinking like, bro, there's other shit out here, bro. Like, literally other shit out here, bro. If niggas is getting all this shit and saying all this shit existed, bro, nigga, we ain't the only beings out here, bro. If you really think that shit, y'all niggas is crazy, bro. I'm telling y'all.
Arthropods. So they're structurally the same proposition as a crab, and they're abundant, but they're small, like only a few centimeters. You could try and dive deeper and get something that is just completely alien. I don't even know how it would taste or what you would do with it. But the hypoxia from the lack of oxygen would have you so short of breath that it probably wouldn't even be possible. It would ultimately be the thing that slowly takes you out. Yeah, you're toast. The Ordovician. In the Ordovician, the map probably looks more odd than the Cambrian. Everything is just more spread out, but it looks nothing like a modern map. Now the oxygen is a bit higher at 15%, so you're not going to pass out, you'd just be on a high mountain descent. But land is still bare. The first plants show up here, but they're liverworts. They're like a few millimeters tall. So no trees and no fire still. But that's okay because the water's still clean. And as far as food goes, we're going to run the same strategy of just farming trilobites. They're about 30 calories a piece, so yeah, you need a lot of them. And as far as predators go, you should be fine. Camarasaurus lives here. It's a straight-shelled nautiloid, maybe 6 meters long. It has tentacles and a beak. I certainly wouldn't want to mess with it, but that's okay because you can stay in shallow water. Also, if you land late in the period, the whole planet freezes. So yeah, you can breathe here, but you would just be conscious long enough to eventually starve. D tier. You got a few days. The Silurian. Here's what the Silurian looks like on a map. The ice from the end of the Ordovician is melted, and oxygen levels are still at about the same. There are actually some plants that are standing. Cooksonia, only a few centimeters tall, but it's progress. And here's another thing. Whenever plants die, you start getting soil, which means from here on out, any cut you get could get infected. But not all is bad. The charcoal record starts about here, around 430 million years ago. So this is actually the first period on the list where cooking would be possible. We could make fire. Well, you've got a problem though. You have almost nothing to cook. Because the other new thing is animals on land, millipedes, early arachnids,
Wait, how the
scorpions,
fuck did they get all
they're
these pictures and
tiny, but
shit?
they're the first calories that ever existed outside the ocean. You would just need an absurd amount of them. This is where getting in the water starts to get hesitant. There were some pretty big sea scorpions. Pterygotus and Acuteramus were both around 2 meters. Pterygotus had big compound eyes, so it tracks prey visually, and claws lined with denticles for grabbing and holding onto things. It shows up basically everywhere in the fossil record, so wherever you are in the Silurian, this thing is in the water nearby. If you want to try and eat one of these, be my guest. The water's clean, which is good, so the Silurian would probably give you a few days. The Devonian. The Devonian map looks more of the same, but this is where the big bodies start showing up in the water. In good news, oxygen levels are about 15 to 20%, so it's actually getting closer to modern levels, which are about 21%, so the air won't actually be the problem. Temperature wouldn't be a problem either. There's also trees now, like really big trees, so you could make fire.
Yo,
Even though there are
yo,
large predators in
slutty.
the ocean like
We doing?
Dunkleosteus, we don't have to worry about
Think you
them,
doing
because they're
sound
staying in
stupid,
freshwater.
nigga? What?
The Devonian had lots of fish,
nigga,
so if you managed
what?
to catch a fish, you could cook it and eat
Killing
it.
all this nigga.
What you may want to look
Nigga,
out
this
for, though,
crazy, bro.
is the
On dog thing,
Jackalopterus.
bro. I'm hands
2.5
down.
meters, the
If I'm
largest
really in this,
arthropod that ever lived.
hands down, if I was ever in this time period, bro, hands down, I'm making knives. I'm making a bow and arrow. And they talking about, oh, they don't have all this shit back then, nigga. Well, I had it. I had this shit. So, Pete, fuck what they had. I had it. Just know, nigga, all this shit that they didn't have back then, I already have. Bro, especially Pete. If I had all the knowledge and everything that I knew from right now, and nigga, and I got transported back then, the fuck nigga time machine type shit, nigga, I know how to kill dinosaurs. I know how to kill all this shit, nigga. I'm telling you, bro.
And it's freshwater, which is exactly where you'd be fishing. I'd probably say weeks, given it would be hard to catch the fish, and that would pretty much be the only thing worth eating. The Carboniferous. We've made it to the land of the giant bugs, which would understandably be a death sentence for some people. Arthropleura was an 8-foot millipede that weighed around 110 pounds. Meganora was a dragonfly-looking thing that had a wingspan of over 2 feet. Look, you get the idea. It wouldn't be comfortable walking around, but at least they won't hurt you. But why so big? Well, it's simple. Oxygen levels around this time were about 30 to 35%, causing insects to grow this big. This is much higher than modern levels, but it actually wouldn't be an issue, surprisingly. You'd actually be breathing well, because oxygen poisoning starts to kick in at around 50%. But this oxygen makes wildfires way more likely, which would actually be a concern. Food is still the problem. There's swamps full of fish and amphibians, so you've got protein and fat, but there's no fruit or no grain. There's nothing green, and amphibians are on land now, so some of them will actually try you. And if you go a bit deep into freshwater, I would say your only real concern is the rhizodus. Yeah, those teeth can mess you up. Given the lack of food variety, you could probably do a few months, but it sure wouldn't be comfortable. So we're actually getting somewhere.
Have you ever wanted to see your home from space? With
That's
this
all
free
I'm saying,
satellite
bro.
Earth
If that
Maps
was
tool,
me,
you
nigga,
can
I'll
zoom
get right.
down
Fuck
to
all
your
that extra
exact
shit.
But now we're on to the Permian. The Permian period.
I think
is
I
where
heard of this one,
Pangaea
the permeation.
formed, so all the continents are just one landmass.
Yeah, I heard
Which
this.
is
yeah,
interesting
nigga.
because that would mean the
Smart
middle of
nigga
it
shit,
would
smart
basically be a
nigga shit. I heard
desert,
this one.
because it wouldn't be getting any ocean moisture. Oxygen is still high from the Carboniferous, a percentage around the mid-20s, but nothing too high and nothing too low. But everything on land got an upgrade. Things like Gorgonopsids showed up, 11 feet with saber teeth. But look, I'll be honest, I didn't know too much about the Permian, and while researching for this video and seeing these animals, my initial reaction was, well, me personally, if one of them came at me, we'd potentially lock up, I'd throw it on the ground and run away. Point being is I would get away in an attack. Well, yeah, silly me, because I saw this, then I saw this, and this, and...
But like, that's what I'm saying, bro. How do they know all this shit real? Niggas talking what they did research and all this other shit. But it's like, bro, like, how do you really know if this shit is actually real though? Like, where's all this research coming from? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I understand it's like fossils and shit, but like, the amount of fossils versus the actual proof, nigga, I ain't taking that shit either.
I shortly realized that it was wraps. Oh yeah, and you're not outrunning them either. Just avoid them, okay? The plants are conifers, ferns, seed ferns. There's no fruits, no grains, nothing you can digest. So again, fish and small animals would be the play. Water's okay, fire would be easy to make, but given the real threat of predators, I would probably say a couple weeks. Early Triassic. Do I even have to explain this one? So you'll notice I divided the Triassic into two sections. That's because of how bad the early Triassic was. We're coming off the Permian-Triassic extinction, wiped out 90% of species. The Siberian traps, a massive volcanic province in what is now Siberia, erupted for 1 million years, around 252 million years ago, covering something like 2.7 million square miles in basalt. CO2 is so high, forests are dead, you got no chance, okay?
We ain't gonna watch all of this shit, but we want, you know, I really just want to see how far
some animals did survive.
I think
Lystrosaurus
honestly,
was like a pig.
if it was honestly up to me, nigga, I think that I could be able to get through all of this shit, bro. From even day 1 to day 5, nigga. Day 5 to 6 to 9 to 10 months, nigga. I can honestly get through all this shit. That's just me personally. But hey, that's just me, bro. I don't know. It is what it is. But you know what? We about to get into something else, though. We about to get into no bullshit. You know what really been like getting me like amped up, and I really want to like know the difference between this shit, nigga. This little Dirk shit.
Day 2 of Lil Durk's murder for hire trial is over. I'm going to get you as much information as possible. We're going to start off with Mel's tweets today. Lead detective still in the stand. Government direct 911 call was made at 5:25 p.m. Defendants were at In-N-Out at 6:09. And they also saw the TMZ video of after the shooting. I think that's the one of Quando screaming no.
A fight taken to the streets and this chaotic scene, the ending of a shooting that started in Los Angeles, California. Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV. Savannah rapper Quando Rondo, a passenger in that car, frantic at the site. It all started at this mobile gas station at 5:30 Friday evening.
And now the legendary...
Bro, no bullshit. I really think Dirk's cooked, bro. That his man's right there, Jam, bro. I think that nigga, he cooked that nigga, bro. Bro, that nigga said nigga had a wire on him the whole time and just like mad other shit. Like, bro, this nigga was like, he came home. I guess he came home from a bid or whatever. And then, oh shit, he came home from a bid. He fuck around, and then basically, I don't know, bro. It's like this whole story is mad. But I think Dirk's cooked. I can't lie. I honestly think that he's cooked. He's not coming home because I was even watching 6ix9ine shit. Not to dig around him, I was watching his shit, nigga. Basically, nigga, he said, nigga, not even for this murder for hire shit, nigga. He has mad other shit. He has another killing, another murders, and he got mad other shit, bro. I don't know. He got mad shit though.
Brian Steele is up. Steele starts off questioning how many times the cooperators have been interviewed by police. He did the same exact thing in the YSL trial. Jerome Casey Hester, OTF Jam, 30 times. He was interviewed 30 times and only 3 were recorded. Keith Jones or Flocka, 15 times, but only 1 was recorded. Kayvon Grant or Vonnie, 10 times, none were recorded. Detective was quoted saying, "I typically, when I interview, I have it recorded. If it's not recorded, that's because it's government preference." Steele, the recording would be the best evidence so these jurors have context of what was said, instead of relying on notes from law enforcement of what was said. Steele's obviously going to attack the credibility of these notes. Why weren't these recorded? What are we doing? This is a murder case. Why would you not record all these interviews of all these suspects, especially snitches? But it's going to get the jury thinking. Next, Steele asked about the credit card that was used to purchase flights. Do you have evidence that Dirk looked at the credit card bills, the charges? Detective, no. Isn't it true that Kayvon Grant previously used the credit card under Dirk's name? Detective, yes. Steele started getting to the "don't book no flights under names involved with me" text from Dirk, but we weren't able to get the full explanation. Let's listen to Brad Cohen, what he has.
I started my podcast with zero tech skills.
Bro, I'm telling you, I honestly think that this nigga's cooked, bro.
I create high quality.
Say about these charges.
And people that don't deal with entertainers on a day-to-day basis or a weekly basis or even monthly basis don't realize how these credit cards work and how things happen. Most of the people that I've dealt with in my career spend anywhere from $100,000 to $250,000 a month on different credit cards, on Amex credit cards, on different credit cards other than Amex. They generally don't look at their bills. Like 99.9% don't look at their bills. It goes to a bean counter. That bean counter calculates, what they're spending, what they're bringing in, and then they tell them, "Hey, man, don't spend as much on Amiri as you did last month. You know, clients that I've had over 30 years that will look at their bills and say, oh my God, there's an airline flight on here for $1,200. Whose airline flight is that and where did they go? It just doesn't happen. That's not the norm.
So defense is going to hammer home. Dirk didn't pay attention to credit cards. He didn't authorize these charges. It was just a company credit card that people have. Is the jury going to believe that? I don't know. Well, you got to think about the framing here. I mean, the government's going to be framing this like Dirk called the shot, tried to hide it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they're trying to frame. Jason Smith was one of Dirk's managers. He sent an IG link to Dirk on 8/17. On 8/18, between 9:15 and 11:41 a.m., Dirk said, he still go post. I'ma just fall back off this shit, blood. Don't book no flights. Yo, yeah, tell Jay congrats on the wedding. Detective says he never looked to see what the IG link was that Jason sent, and he has no idea what the other texts are about. Steele then asked if Dirk told Jason not to book flights connected with him. Why were the flights booked under names connected to him? Detective says, I concluded that as a mistake by Jason. So Steele's obviously saying, if Dirk told him to do this, and Dirk is this big leader of this gang calling the shots, why did he then book the flights under the names connected to him? Last point by Steele and Cross, there's nothing sinister about being on the wall of VEM Exotic Rentals. There are other famous people on the wall. I don't recall who was on the wall. So that's true. When I looked at the website the other day, tons of rappers are renting cars from them. So just because you rent a car from this place doesn't mean you're a murderer. But the issue is that car is tracked around, stalking and killing someone, and returned by Vonnie on camera, who was snitching. So that's a fucking terrible look, you know what I'm saying?
And Steele goes, all right, detective, this is Dirk Banks sending some type of Instagram link to the person. The text like, yeah, okay. And then Steele's like, well, what did he send him? What?
See, that's the issue with niggas, bro. Niggas do not know how to be discreet doing this shit, bro. Nigga, if I'm about to do some shit, nigga, if I'm about to go make a hit or some shit, bro, I ain't about to text niggas about it. I ain't gonna email niggas about it. I ain't gonna text now niggas about it, bro. I'm gonna, you know, bro, I feel like shit like that need to be face-to-face conversations, bro. So they had no record of anything, bro. The FBI really be like, bro. The FBI is really like, are in our phones, bro. And people don't understand that shit, bro. So it's like little shit like that, bro. I'm telling you, like, bro, talk that shit out with your mans, you know, on the side, but actually talk to him about this shit, bro. Don't text or type or email, because that shit's not gonna go anywhere. You know, it's better if you do that, nigga. If you talk shit like this, nigga, you don't get caught up.
What's this link about? And the text's like, I don't know. He's like, oh, you didn't look? He's like, nah. Okay, not very good investigation work for one of...
Yeah, that's what I thought earlier. Like, you have a manager send a link, and you don't know what the link is?
Steele goes, all right, Dirk's next message, he's still gonna post, okay? What's that about, detective? Detective's like, I don't know. Okay, then he says, I'm gonna fall back off this shit. What's that about, detective? Detective's like, I don't know. Okay, then he says, blood. What's that about, detective? He's like, oh, I think he's just trying to get his attention. Like, yo. Brian says, like, okay, then he says, don't book no flights under no names involved with me. What's that about? Tech's like, oh, that's it. That's him saying, you know, I don't want to be involved with the flights that we're arranging for the people to go from Chicago to LA. That shows his knowledge of the conspiracy. Steele's like, okay. And then what's the next message where the guy sends him back a link? Tech's like, I don't know, I didn't see it. So Steele did a great job showing that for what is the most important text message conversation in this trial potentially, or probably, the detective can't even give you the context of all these posts and statements that are made in and around that.
So why this is so important is because this is going to Dirk's knowledge of the conspiracy. They're saying he called the shots. They have to prove he called the shots and paid someone beyond a reasonable doubt. But yet this detective doesn't really know the context of the entire conversation. The detective was also able to receive a year's worth of DMs of Didi that he received from Meta or Facebook or whatever. A DM showed in court, Didi, what are you doing? On my way to LA. What's going on LA? Shit, the guys, why didn't you invite me? I ain't know I was coming until 2 hours before my flight. Now more about the interviews not being recorded. This detective also said, I don't know whose decision that was. Crazy. What do you mean, bro? Another DM message showed OTFDD being sent the TMZ video of the aftermath of drive-by with Quando and him responding, at Quando Rondo, where y'all pipe was at, gang, with a laughing emoji. I think this might be a repost. I don't know if this is confirmed yet. I think I saw someone else saying that's a repost and he didn't say that, but that's very bad if he did do all that. Steele's quoted saying, and when you're dealing with Jam, Vonnie, and Flocka, you know the time dealing with them, they may have a motive to get out. True. I said that yesterday. Defense is going to try to get that in front of the jury, that these guys could be lying. They're just trying to get out of life in prison, trying to blame it on someone else. They pled guilty already. They're saying they were involved, but Dirk paid them to do it. They're going after the big fish. Remember that quote from yesterday? Brian Steele.
Shit like this pisses me off because it's like, bro, nugget. Now they got all the texts, all the replies, bro. It's like they got literally have everything that they need in order to really like book this nigga. And I'm telling, bro, I've been telling him, like, no bullshit, bro. Mind you, this nigga been in there for like 2 years now. I think Dirk's been in there like a year and a half, 2 years now. And bro, his main man's is literally about to snitch on this nigga, bro. Main man's about to snitch on him, bro. He even said it in a song, bro. He said, bro, I don't know what the fuck he said, but he said some shit like that whole time, bro. His man, bro, Pete, nigga, his man took the stand today and basically was like, they was asking him a question. Nigga pointed and shit, bro.
The accomplished Dirk Banks, prosecutor, objection. Please do not categorize as the jury's decision to decide their views on Mr. Banks. So that's just the way Brian Steele talks. You know how many times I've heard Brian Steele say the honorable? Like every time Steele addressed the judge in the YSL case, he says the honorable. And he 100% said the accomplished Jeffrey Williams for Thug. 100%. So that's just the way he talks. I don't know.
Bring your agent into Monday.com. Your Claude, ChatGPT, and Copilot agents.
Dirk looked more gloomy yesterday. As Brian Steele did his cross, he started to smirk and shake his head and look directly at Steele. Today was his first cross. It was revealed today in court that Dirk fired Vonnie in January of 2023. Interesting. So 4 or 5 months after the murder, Vonnie is being fired. Brian Steele, with regards to Dirk, they did not speak to OTF Jam on the 17th, 18th, 19th, or 20th. Phone records I obtained don't show that. So they have no evidence of him in communication with Jam at all around the dates of the murder. Just classic Brian Steele separating his client from the event and the perpetrators that are already admitted to being involved. Brian Steele discussed during his cross how Vonnie used the same Amex card the day after Dirk texted Jay Smith telling him, "Don't book no flights under names involved with me." Prosecutor went back up and asked detective if he knew who NBA Youngboy was. This is how the beef was started. Brian Steele would object. Steele's going to object at any time another rapper like that gets involved, even if the beef does stem from that. Prosecutor, do you know about the Quando Rondo challenge? Yes. What is the Quando Rondo challenge? People reenacting the TMZ video. Famous Richard reenacting video. Famous Richard did that? Why does that name sound familiar? Oh, that guy. Isn't that guy in prison? Famous Richard? That guy was wild. I forgot about him. Prosecutor, do you know Mr. Banks got a brand new phone number after this? Are you aware of this? Yes. Prosecutor asked this after showing a text Jason sent to Dirk of an IG post of a TMZ story of Quando Rondo's Escalade being shot. That's a bad look in my opinion. Like, I know famous people get new phones and new numbers all the time, but like in every case I've seen of these murder trials, and I've covered a lot now, these guys tend to get new phones after killing people. Like, it's literally what happens. It's a reoccurring thing. I wonder what the jury thinks about that. Dirk was quoted saying, "I'm dead inside." So he was upset about King Von dying. "I know, I see it in your face," was the text sent to Dirk. 4 different HD angles of surveillance video shown of King Von's murder in Atlanta. Or not murder. It was self-defense, apparently. Whatever. King Von dying, 4 different angles. In clear HD quality footage shown today, King Von crew walk over to Quando. Rondo and fight breaks out. On the right hand of the vehicle, Timothy, or Lil Tim, is seen shooting King Von while he's fighting Quando Rondo on the ground. JM has yet to testify. Either you use them or you won't. Jury will believe them or they won't, the judge said to the prosecution. These judges always say that. They're like, it's up to the jury, it's not up to me. Steele asked the detective if the best way, most accurate way to get the interview is through audio recording. He said yes. He testified he records his own interviews. Steele asked if this was because Perez knew this was the best way. He said yes. Steele asked if it was possible there was motivation to put innocent people away because cooperators such as Grant and Hester knew they faced life in prison. It's possible. Perez testified that through the overall evidence and the time flights were booked versus the time the text was sent, Dirk knew about the flights. He testified flights were booked already when Dirk sent the message instructing not to book flights, so nothing could be done. Interesting. So that text was after? Steele points to the fact that the flights were then purchased the next day under the same names for the return flights. He asked, oh, so the return flights were booked under the same names. He asked why this would be if Jason doesn't in fact report to Dirk.
Bro, I swear,
it's a good point by Steele, bro. I forgot this happened yesterday. This is pretty important. So once the jury was dismissed for the day on Monday, at Lil Durk's trial, the defense and prosecution had a disagreement about alleged messages that are planned to be presented by the prosecution involving Dirk and OTF Jam. Brian Steele for the defense looked over it, while the prosecution read the message in which Dirk allegedly wrote, "They don't want the people involved in their business," which the prosecution alleged refers to the police, and weren't going to do the Fed's job. Dirk whispered something to Steele, who then rubbed his face and looked quite red. I then witnessed Steele closing and squeezing his eyes frequently. This sounds just like the YSL trial. The judge said he would allow the messages. The defense says the messages are out of context, saying they are not relevant to the LA trial. Defense also alleged they were not given adequate time to prepare for defense for the messages by the prosecution. So the prosecution is trying to get texts of Dirk being aware that there's snitches around him and he doesn't want feds getting involved, and he's trying to avoid being caught pretty much. Sounds like the judge let it in though. All right, I know a lot of you don't like Trapler Ross, but he's in there. I'm going to read some of it to see what he's saying. Diddy sent new clips of Lil Pab murder to following people right after the message saying he playing crazy. He sent to Lil Varney, OTF Boona, Wicked Man, and Breezo. After scouting the hit in the BMW, Vonnie parked the car in Hollywood and got an Uber right to Dirk's house in Encino. That's not good. Holy shit. I mean, that the jury hearing that, they're going to be like, why is this guy going directly to Lil Durk if he's not involved? And I'm sure they got the Uber records straight.
See, that's what I'm saying, nigga. Niggas is getting themselves into sticky predicaments. Why the fuck you about to go to your man's crib after you just caught? Feel me? Like, that's like, nigga, that's like, yo, that's like, nigga, yo, me and bro go on a hit, right? And then, nigga, we end up back at the scene in just regular gear. You can't do that, nigga. That's fucking crazy. What the fuck you doing?
To the house in Encino. Didi's lawyer clapped back saying Didi didn't write the message, it was a repost. When making the point, he revealed that it was a post of Quando screaming no after the murder. Dirk's lawyers looked uncomfortable that this was discussed for so long. So Didi's lawyer, like, really trying to get it in front of the jury that it was a repost, and apparently it took a while. Dirk's iCloud username was Spot'emGot'em1. Dirk screenshotted Academic's post on Quando shooting in 2021. Can't have screenshots like that, man. Switch confirmed his murder weapon. Screenshot showed 5 shell casings flying to the air at the same time. Dirk sent a crazy voice message in the OTF group chat. Dirk sent someone a screenshot of Academics announcing Tim got arrested for killing Vaughn. After Vaughn died, Dirk said, "Blood this on me like Newski." FBI agent said he didn't know who Newski was. How does FBI agent not know who that is, bro? You part of this investigation and you don't know the history like that? Newski was obviously related to Dirk and got killed in 2014, I think. And he was a part of OTF. Dirk had 17 different phone numbers between 2018 and 2024. That's not that surprising, honestly. Like, that doesn't really mean nothing to me. I mean, I know rappers that have had like 10 numbers. Like, this is a reoccurring thing with rappers. If their number gets leaked, whatever the reason is, these guys get new numbers like literally twice a year. Maybe even more. They also showed in and out footage, apparently, that shows the alleged shooters, Didi, I'm pretty sure OTF Jam, and they're in there looking at their phones, laughing, looking at each other's phones. Obviously, the government is going to say that they're looking at the TMZ video of Quando Rondo screaming and everything, and they're looking at all the coverage about Quando Rondo was shot at. You know what I'm saying? So that's bad. That's a terrible look. Not good. And their clothes match the shooters, is what the government says. Remember that. Overall, I think Brian still did a pretty good job at attacking the credibility of some of the evidence today, especially the financial part. But when these
telling niggas, man, that's why you can't put your trust in niggas, man. Nigga, they be the first ones to rat you out, bro. Why would you think I want to sit in a cell because of you, nigga? Fuck out of here. I'm ratting too. What the fuck? But fuck that. We about to go to something else, though. I don't know what that shit's crazy as fuck, though. Let's go to this shit right here.
People, you can't even imagine how many people's lives they've ended. 5 or 10. How many?
World's highest security prison.
MS-13 and many other
the
gangs.
most evil
These are animals.
kept here.
These aren't people. They're psychopaths, sociopaths, the kind of people we have here.
We are about to see the worst of the worst.
Welcome to CCOP, the world's largest prison by capacity in El Salvador, which was constructed to imprison the highest profile criminals. Those who enter this prison are destined never to leave alive.
There's no way out. How are you gonna come out of this?
The reason why this small country of 6...
I'm crying, nigga. Yo, hold on, let's go back. That nigga he looks bad pitiful. Like, that nigga look like he knows he's not gonna get out.
To imprison the highest profile criminals. Those who enter this prison are destined never to leave alive.
There's no way out. How are you gonna come out of this?
The reason why this small country of 6 million needs the largest prison is the gangs.
Yo, that was bad footage, yo, dog.
That's funny shit. These gangs faced a dramatic crackdown starting in March 2020.
They said like these niggas is the most like, I guess like high and like they did some crash out shit or whatever. But let's see though.
Under President Nayib Bukele's administration, over 70,000 individuals, about 2% of the country's adult population, were arrested within just 16 months. Buses transported thousands of chained gang members to CCOT in a tightly coordinated nighttime operation. Sitting one behind the other, heads lowered, they looked like a single mass. Surrounded by armed guards, None of them dared to resist commands. Their life has changed in a day. In this documentary, we will interview one of them, one of the most ruthless gang leaders, known by the nickname Psycho.
10 minutes. You only have 10 minutes.
Built in 2022, this massive prison is made up of 8 separate modules spread over 410 acres of land. Each pair of modules is enclosed by 2...
Dog, if I ever went to jail, bro, I think I could only last probably like fucking... I told somebody this. I think I could last a week. A week should be fine, bro. And this shit, bro, I just want you to just kill me right then and there, bro, because that shit's fucking crazy.
Separate 3-meter-high walls with razor wire. The entire facility is surrounded by a towering 9-meter-high wall with a 3-meter-high electric fence carrying 15,000 volts. 19 watchtowers are ensuring nothing escapes notice. The entire design doesn't just prevent escape, it erases the very idea of it.
Hello. Hello, we have permission from the presidency.
The soldiers stopped us. We're hoping this will be the last checkpoint. The jammers blocked all signals within a 2-kilometer radius of CCOT, completely cutting off all communication. Over 600 soldiers work only to secure the perimeter.
We are going to leave all of our belongings here before entering the prison. We will only carry our cameras and microphones, that's it.
Pass slowly.
That shit, like, that was about to be fucking nuts.
Reaches beyond the front.
Look at the camera. The body scan.
I forgot my wedding ring on.
Well, that needs to be put away over there.
This high-capacity X-ray scanner even shows bones and internal organs. It's mainly used to scan newcomers, ensuring no one tries to sneak in anything forbidden on their body before entering.
The inmates used to swallow some objects, or they would try to bring them in vaginally or anally. Micro SD memory cards, microchips, and not only that, even phone chargers.
Another thorough body search has been conducted.
Take off your shoes.
They even inspected inside our socks. It took us around 1 hour just to pass through security, even though we were invited as media after months of applying.
Guards are wearing masks because they're doing a risky job here. So if they get identified, it might be riskier for them to go to town centers because these gangs, they have a lot of connections. So they have to keep their identity secret. Why don't you wear a mask?
I have to talk to them face to face, looking them in the eye. They already know who I am.
We're in the registration room. This area is for inmates only.
Nigga, I'd be scared as shit to work there, nigga. What?
If a criminal is captured on the street, they don't carry ID or give their real name. That's why their fingerprints and photographs are taken here to enroll in the system. Once they become a permanent part of CCOT, the inmates lose all contact with loved ones for the rest of their lives, as family visits are strictly forbidden. It's also important to note that a small number of innocent people were mistakenly imprisoned during the big crackdown. Because of the no-contact policy, their families have no idea where they are or if they are still alive. For some, this documentary could be their first chance to see a missing loved one. Before entering the modules where the inmates are, we visit the armory of the prison. This section is a must in case of possible riots, and these convicts are the most unsafe people on Earth.
The type of firearm we use is a T65 rifle, similar to the M16 rifle. We also have this other firearm, which is a 12-gauge shotgun. A Sig Sauer rifle allows us to maneuver in spaces that are too tight to move.
Whenever criminals are arrested and dragged to the bus, various cuffs and chains are used to restrict their movements and minimize the risk of harm to officers.
Has there ever been a riot?
So far, there have been no escape attempts. We have the worst of the worst within criminal organizations here.
The riot gear consists of a head protection, a face shield, neck protection, an anti-trauma vest, leg protectors, shin guards, and of course, a shield.
Generally, in the prisons, we see inmates invent any kind of handmade weapon, like awls or knives.
They are fully protected. You can see how he protects his feet. Since this prison is so large, we have to hop on this bus. We are entering the module area.
To keep the country safe, 1,000 staff members work inside CCOT.
It is impossible, but let's just imagine that an inmate get out of the fortress. These pebbles that you see are put here intentionally because when they walk on these pebbles, it works like an alarm system. It makes a noise, they cannot sneak away.
Have they tried to escape? No. Could they try? Difficult, because they would have to go through a series of security rings.
CCOT was built with its own infrastructure in an isolated area, including an electrical and sewage system to prevent external interference. In case of an electricity cut or water supply issue, the cisterns and power plants will maintain operations for up to a week.
I'm so excited. We're gonna be face to face with.
That shit's nuts. They saying basically, nigga, if they whole country is out of fucking like, it's just out of fucking like anything, these motherfuckers still gonna be running. That's tough.
The most dangerous criminals in the world. It is pretty tense. We are entering one of the modules now.
You are seeing the third and fourth modules next to each other. An offender who enters one of these buildings never exits through these doors. In a few steps, we'll be surrounded by more than 2,500 inmates. It's like stepping in the middle of controlled chaos.
Nigga, they in there like fucking caged animals, bro. Look at them niggas. Them niggas is in there like animals.
This is so intense.
Their eyes are all on me, following my every step.
Getting an eye contact with them. There are so many of them. I'm speechless. I can't help but feel unease. All of them wear white shirts, shorts, and slippers. They don't have any other belongings.
Most are barely out of their early 20s and convicted of serious offenses. Even the most infamous criminals in history have an average of 20 to 30 proven victims.
Mind you, these niggas talking about they never going home, like. And these niggas look mad young, bro, like. Oh my goodness, bro, I couldn't.
Victims. But here, some of the inmates are responsible for hundreds of innocent people's lives.
Can I ask the inmates something?
No. If you have any questions, I can answer them for you.
If they try to communicate with me now, what are you gonna do?
I'm not going to allow them. They know from them that subsequently there may be a penalty for not abiding by an instruction.
I'm curious to know which of these group leaders I'll be interviewing.
It is forbidden for us to pass this yellow line because these are one of the most dangerous human beings on Earth.
Without the bars between us, everyone knows exactly what could happen. There are 32 cells in every one of the 8 modules making up the mega prison. Each cell holds around 80 inmates, but the number can go as high as 150. Despite not being at full capacity, the inmates only—
Bro, nigga, that's like putting motherfucking a whole thing of fucking chickens and like I don't know what to say, like, nigga, that's like putting like fucking chicks inside of a fucking bag, like 150 inside of a fucking bag and just holding them like that. Nigga, that's what the fuck they look like, bro. Just chickens in a bag.
Only have 0.5 square meters of personal space each. Prisoners do not have any ventilation rights or courtyards to walk outside their cell.
Each inmate here have been given one of the longest sentences you can even imagine in your life. The only thing that doesn't change that all these inmates will never get outside. They will never see sunlight. The only people are authorized to get inside and outside are the personnel and sometimes media like us. They will never ever leave this building. If you see their look, you can see the emptiness in their soul. They don't have any hope towards future. They look very robotic. Their life is so monotone.
This open corner is their toilet area.
They have like 2 toilets for 80 inmates. It's literally humiliating these inmates, like their whole confidence is disciplined here.
The same place where they use the toilet is also where they take showers. To clean themselves, they use plastic dippers in a single shared basin. There's no running water in the cells, so the prisoners have to rely on one blue barrel for drinking water.
Where they sleep is these metal bunks. No pillow, no mattress. Each prisoner receives just the bare essentials: a white sheet, a uniform, socks, slippers, and a towel. That's it.
The prisoners spend their entire days on their 4-level bunk beds. They have stacked tightly, like items stored in a warehouse. As part of hygiene and order, inmates are shaved every 2 weeks by personnel. Long hair or beards aren't just unhygienic, they can also hide sharp objects.
Let's take a look. Take off your shirt and line up here.
Now they are taking their shirts off.
These inmates were once part of the MS-13 and Barrio 18 gangs, which controlled the neighborhoods of El Salvador. These two rival gangs spent years extorting money from locals and causing great suffering to Salvadorans.
There is Barrio
Shit, a little nigga right there. Nigga, little as shit.
18, MS-13 gangs all together in one cell.
That's right, just like that. The entire module is the same. They all live like this.
Outside, entering each other's neighborhood could mean being torn apart. Yet here, they are side by side until their last breath.
How do they live without attacking one another?
What if you could make a song using?
Nah, that's crazy as shit, bro. If I wouldn't even fucking know what to do with myself if I was got locked up, nigga, with dogs, bro. I think I would honestly kill myself, especially if I had to go to some long ass sentence. If it was between, I think I could survive a year. I think I could, but after a year, like if the judge talking about, oh, we giving you a 25 to life, 25 to who? Nigga, you sound silly. Nigga, that night, I'm literally, nigga, on dogs, bro. It's over. It's clip. Cause why the fuck? No, that's crazy. But we gonna move from that shit. That shit was getting kind of crazy though. But it's probably like the last thing I want to really do. I want to watch. I really want y'all niggas to watch this video, though, nigga. This little short horror movie, bro. This shit's mad good, bro. I seen it fucking I think like 2 weeks ago. This shit's mad good though. This shit's mad crazy.
Oh my god, honey! Are you okay? Damon! You need to fix this floorboard. I have told you so many times!
No. I know.
It's falling apart. I told you so many Hey, sweetie, you alright? Seriously, I'm sick of this house falling apart. Fix it.
I know. I said I'd fix it. Happy?
Bro, this shit's mad fucking good, bro. For it to be a short film, it's just mad good. This shit not good.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Nigga, imagine you go inside your crib, nigga. There's mad little ass people in there, bro. That should be mad fucking crazy on dolls, bro. I wouldn't even fucking want. Nigga, what? I'm blowing that fucking crib up. But no bullshit. I appreciate y'all today, man. I know it was a nice little stream, man. Appreciate niggas that came. Appreciate niggas that stayed. Fuck with y'all, man. Fuck with y'all, man. I'm gonna definitely get back with y'all with another one coming soon, man. Stay safe, stay pure, and let's rock out. Make sure you sub up, subscribe, whatever, all the other shit. Sub, put your notifications on for the next stream. We coming back with another one. I could definitely say we got some more. We got more reactions coming. I'm trying to get some gameplay in there. That's really it, man. You know, we're gonna just go day by day type shit with this, and that's it.